See, our Moopy-aholic buddy here doesn't believe in being a full-time professional gamer.
Don't think so.
It's not that I don't believe in it, I just don't see it as a stable occupation for a young person to undertake. If you're entirely reliant on the wavering loyalty of corporate sponsors and streaming subscribers alongside any prize money you may or may not be winning, well, I suppose it's just too risk-averse to walk the path. I prefer a sound investment. Whereas I love risk. No risk, no reward. Yeah, at any moment it could all end up crashing down, and I end up living in my parents' basement again, but I love to fight for my future. Just like Hark, he was an unemployed bum before finding the Funplex, so nowhere to go but up. Hey now. It's not like I was living under a bridge. Opportunity knocked and I answered. I didn't actually plan any of this. Opportunity knocked and I answered. Opportunity for work presented itself. I took it. It's a simple equation, really. A job's a job. The Funplex is a fun job, but it's still a job. Right, but it's also a risky one. That's what I'm getting at. It's gainful employment in the end, but the only reason you aren't still eating pizza bagels is because you voluntarily took risks and made them pay for you. I mean, I didn't take any risks trying to do that, like, really shady, like, felonious thing at the Max, excuse me. I'm not saying my path's for everyone. Abandoning the safer road in favor of the wild ride, it takes a certain mindset to make that work. But I promise you that those of us willing to make that leap are having a more rewarding life as a result. Satisfying, not rewarding. Being a school teacher is satisfying, but sadly society does not reward it its due. Many satisfying paths in life are also fraught with disaster due to this. You're preaching to the choir, Percy, because my husband is a teacher. So you're preaching to the choir. It's survivorship bias. People see rock stars and football heroes and think they can make it big too. But those success stories are a percent of a percent of a percent. And what happens later in life to the sports hero who abandoned all other paths? What skills do you fall back on when your window closes? You've succeeded so far, Queen Bee, but remember not too long ago you were terrified of being drummed out of your team and tossed on the street. I wouldn't say terrified.
Wow.
It was more like a mild reluctance at best. Couldn't you pursue dominance in your game of choice without making it your entire existence? I don't really play Moopy all day. I trade stock in my off hours. I love how his job is his off hours. Why not consider a day job, with your gameplay occupying the remaining hours? No way. No how. Fist of Discomfort takes absolute dedication. I can't be at the top of my game at the top of the game if I'm also flipping burgers or filing paperwork. Percy, competitive level play requires intensive training. You can't get around the time investment, but you can make it pay double. That's where streaming comes in. Whenever I'm training, I'm streaming. Subs and donations make me money while my skills go up, up, up. It's win-win. I suppose I can see the need for time investment, yes, but it's not like streaming revenues are stable either. This is a really interesting conversation, because I actually completely understand both sides, and I agree with both sides, because it depends on the person. Percy's way is good for some people, Queen Bee's way is good for others people, but it's not a one-size-fits-all, so they're both right. Perhaps Hawk can help settle this question. What do you think? Is it better to wholly devote your life to a risky proposition in search of happiness, or to hedge your bets and find balance? Queen Bee's right, no risk, no reward. Percy's right, take chances, but carefully. That's very much me. I like taking chances, but I like taking them carefully, and I try to make sure that I have a plan B, and a plan C if possible. Percy's right, take chances, but carefully. Honestly, I can see Percy's side of it. You can't completely avoid risk, but you can calculate those risks. Approach your life with a mindful strategy to get what you want and stay safe. Safety, where's the glory in that? No, love, nothing's wrong with being cautious. It's like playing control-oriented character in Fist and Discomfort, yes? Plotting your moves, conserving momentum, staying firmly in charge of your own destiny. I'm not saying not aim for the top, but don't be in such a hurry. Yeah, okay. I mean, I get it, sure. I'll get where I want to be, and you'll get your high score. It's inevitable, no matter how fast or slow. I almost point out that Percy doesn't actually have time for the slow path, but not bringing down the mood. With the neglected funnel cake cooling off, the three of us focus on putting away our sugary rewards after that. We're each walking different paths, but I can't say any of us are willing to settle for anything less than our dreams in the long run. Who to hang out with? Gavin and Ashley are checking out an arcade. The primary appeal of this place for me was always the arcades. I rarely swam in the ocean. I preferred indoor swimming pools to unpredictable waves. That meant boardwalk crawls, arcade games, tokens, and joysticks. Although, as I approach one of these open-air arcades, well, I don't see a single joystick.
Impressive.
Interesting. I'd hazard these arcades are 100% redemption games. I suppose it's for the best. Naomi is distracted by looking for saltwater taffy. She'd hate this place. I've noticed this industry trend away from anything vaguely resembling a traditional arcade game, and towards touchscreens and prize tickets. I suppose it was inevitable. It's not for a strong showing for joysticks through the 80s and 90s, it would have happened sooner. A game's a game, you know. I can enjoy just about anything. Oh, and hey, there's pinball. You like pinball, right, Gavin? Ooh, and skee ball. I love alley rollers.
What?
Huh? Technically skee ball, depending on spelling and hyphenation. Hyphenation is a registered trademark. These are simply alley rollers, manufactured by a different company. Sheesh, way to suck the fun out of it. Apologies for my innate killjoy nature. Allow me to make it up to you by actually having some fun. Is that even possible? Will your ultra cool guy exterior allow your inner softy to be exposed? If you let me finish. Exposed. How about a alley roller contest? Each of us gets 5 tokens to score the most points. Whoever loses buys the other ice cream. Now we're talking. Hey Hark, want to join in? Make this a 3-way dance? 3-way? You want me to join in a 3-way? Maybe all the joysticks are gone, but I'm certainly a long-time skee ball fanatic. I'd likely clear the floor with these 2. Still, I'm a skee ball wizard. I got this. May the odds be ever in your favor. Ice cream. I'm in. This is totally me. Ice cream. I'm in. Win or lose, ice cream. I'm always ready for ice cream. Heck yeah, let's do this. Token up and may the best player win. Our coins rattle into the slot, tinking along the metal chute. 5 tokens, highest cumulative score wins. I suppose if it's 3 players, the 2 losers split the cost of the ice cream. I remember playing tons of alley rollers back when I was a kid, roaming up and down the boardwalks of Flotsam Beach. Like riding a bike, those are physical skills you never really forget. My grip on the gnarly old wooden ball feels completely natural, even now. We drop in our tokens and line up for our first throws. It takes a few rolls for me to find my sweet spot. But eventually I'm right where I need to be in the scores. Which unfortunately can't be said of my coworkers. Oh, come on, I totally should have landed that one. Hundo.
Rather disappointing.
These machines are a bit beat up from exposure and play. I wouldn't be surprised if they're unbalanced. Or they're rigged like those Carney games Teo and Percy were playing earlier. But they aren't. I'm hitting my shots no problem. I could whisper some advice to one of them. Maybe give them an edge. It's cheating, sure, but we're all getting ice cream in the end. Who cares? Psst, Gavin, here's the trick. I lean in close to Gavin and give him a tip. Aim for the 40-point pot, always. Gavin crooks an eyebrow at me, but seems to catch on to why I'm suggesting it right away. No further words needed. The trick for skee ball is consistency. The 100-point pot is a trap. Hitting it takes precision on a clunky old game. But aim dead center, and you'll always net a reasonable amount of points. 20 at worst, 50 at best. Soon enough the scores are in, and Gavin's won the game, scraping just slightly past me and leaving Ashley in the dust. Aw, butts, I lost.
Apologies.
To be fair, Hart gave me some advice. Yellow card, foul on the play, tainted results. But you can make it up to me by having us split the ice cream 3 ways. Everybody wins. That seems fair.
Indeed.
Most importantly, we had fun. Arcades are meant to be places where friends can gather and have fun playing with each other. Beachside or in a shopping place. In a shopping plaza. With or without joysticks. That's our goal. Let's take back a lesson today that we should always endeavor to provide fun first and foremost, whatever shape it takes. That is our mission. Gavin's changed a bit. He's changed a bit since the beginning. I like his character evolution. Still found a way to turn this into a working vacation, huh? But an enjoyable one. We grab ice cream cones from a vendor on the boardwalk, swapping work stories, laughing and having a blast. This is probably the happiest I've seen Gavin. At work, he's all business. But here, he can crack a smile, even as he's analyzing arcades. And Ashley just exudes sunshine and cheer. Everywhere she goes, she's a good influence on him, clearly. But time's ticking, and I've got other stops to make. It feels good being out and about with everyone, away from the funplex, away from work, just friends having a great time in a place designed for great times. With our newfound success, I hope we can do this more often. Who to hang out with? Naomi and Teo are raiding a candy store. Out of the corner of my eye, I see Teo and Naomi sneak into one of the shops on the boardwalk called the Sandy Bar, with little iconic saltwater taffy icons on each side. Saltwater taffy, a staple of coastal life and commerce. On any given boardwalk, you're within spitting distance of at least 3 candy shops loaded with tasty treats. But more importantly, why are these two acting so childish about the whole thing? Like 2 kids in a candy store. I need to find out exactly what's going on, and more importantly, I need to see if they have any of those gummy sharks in there too. As I peer into the building, my senses are overwhelmed by sweet. My teeth practically hurt from all the surrounding sugar. Covering the walls are assorted containers holding various types of candies, a rainbow of colors and confectionaries, filled to the brim with saltwater taffy, and covered in chocolates. Not only do I take note of the delectable candy, but I also notice all the kiddies running around. I can't help but be reminded of the Funplex. Same atmosphere, just fewer games. I look over at the person behind the counter and give them a nod of understanding. I feel you, noble cashier. In your quest to maintain peace and order. Naomi and Teo recognize me and wave me over. Over here, Hark! Come help us decide on what to get. I comply and go over towards them. Naomi is huddled over a table and is filling her arms with various desserts. I want one of these, and 2 of these, and a handful of this one. Oh, what's that over there?
Wow!
Candied apples? I have to get one of those too. This is the best part of going to the beach. Look at how many different candies there are. I could just devour them all. Now I peg Naomi as having a sweet tooth, but Teo, with all his dancing, I would have guessed him to stick to a healthier diet. But this trip is a vacation for all of us, so maybe he's spoiling himself. So, what do you think of the place? Who, me? Oh, I've never been here before. Quite a few times. Oh, sorry. Oh, I was gonna say, you came here on your vacation. Who, me? Oh, I've been here before. Quite a few times. It's the most popular candy store on the boardwalk. My family and I would always stop by right before our long drive home. After a long day of swimming, walking, and fun in the sun, a maximum sugar override was a perfect way to end the day. They'd give me a fistful of dollars and cut me loose in here. Whoa, they don't just let you get whatever you want. Whoa, they just let you get whatever you wanted? Dang, I wish I had your parents. Cute, I could just see a young Hark running around and stuffing candy into his face. Not going to lie, I was a cute kid. Not so cute when overdosing on sweets though. Both Naomi and Teo laughed heartily. I mean, they didn't exactly give me Fort Knox to blow on snacks, but it was still a nice little reward at the end of the day. As I am a creature of habit, I'd always get saltwater taffy, year after year. It's just the best feeling munching on taffy while watching the waves crash into the sand. Naomi suddenly gasped, interrupting my recollection. What is it, Naomi? They have Conpeto! I'm still confused. Is that a good thing? It's the best thing. There's these little traditional Japanese sugar candies that look like stars and are my absolute favorite. Conpeto kiss! Every time my mother would go visit family in Japan, she'd bring me back some. It's been years since I last had some. She squeals excitedly and runs over a little stand that has a cute assortment of pastel sugar stars. That sounds delightful, actually. We follow suit and make our way next to Naomi. Teo picks up a bag and brings it close to his face, examining them. Okay, these are quite possibly the cutest candies I've ever seen.
Sweet!
And they're so sweet. Oh, Naomi, nothing is sweeter than you. And that's a fact. That's not entirely true. I have to agree with Teo. No one has brought me more impromptu lunches at work than you do. Thank you, but these candies are still the sweetest. And you both should taste these, by the way. I just know you'll love them as much as I do. Teo and I agree with the nod of our heads, and Naomi turns around happily with an armful of candy and treats. Like a dragon with her hoard, she headed towards the register when a kid runs smack into her. In a colorful explosion, candy spills everywhere, and Naomi falls over backward. I instinctively go in to help Naomi up, but out of the corner of my eye I see the kid who bumped into her, swiping candies off the floor and pocketing them. Hey! It's a classic move. We see it all the time with tickets and tokens at the Funplex, and like the arcade, this is no different. It's so overused, Teo even sees it. He elbows me and points it out to my attention. But this is not the store, not my job. Do I step in or I let it slide? Pick up the mess, point out the thief, help Naomi up. No, I mean I would I would point out the thief. I know it's not my job, but if some brat did that in the Funplex and I didn't notice, I would want someone to do something about it. Plus, stealing candy is the worst possible crime one can commit. Save for, like, murder or Grand Theft Auto. Okay, so there are a lot more awful crimes, but this one takes the cake, so to speak. Hey, kid, turn out your pockets. What do you want? I ain't doing nothing. I saw you stuff all those candies in your pockets. Look at them bulging out. You aren't tricking anyone. The kid looks like they wanted to say something, but by now the cashier is here too, and the kid turns out his pockets. There was a lot more in there than just what they got from the spill. With more tact than I could possibly muster, the cashier tells him to kindly exit the sandy bar, and the kid complies. The cashier and I exchange knowing glances. We are one and the same. Well, after that excitement, I'm ready to relax on the beach and eat some of this candy. Me too. Me 3. But I can't quite leave yet. There's still one more thing I must do. I need to get some saltwater taffy. It's an Angel family boardwalk tradition after all. Oh yeah, we can't break tradition. Although if we do, I wouldn't mind starting a new Funplex beach tradition with you. Teo, please, this is one important delicious decision Hark has to make. And the only correct answer would be for him to choose the cotton candy ones. Cotton candy flavored taffy? Really? I wouldn't joke about something as serious as this. But it's like sickeningly sweet. Even I can't handle it, and I can handle a truckload of sweet. I do love the taste of cotton candy. Well, what would you choose then? Buttered popcorn, obviously. I like a little salty with my sweet. I am all over that. Salty and sweet. I love buttered popcorn flavored Jelly Belly jelly beans. Oh. Don't get me wrong, cotton candy is great, but salty and sweet, I am 100% with Teo. For a moment there, I was getting worried, because like I really do like cotton candy. I love the flavor of cotton candy, but as soon as Teo was like salty and sweet, yep. But that's sacrilege. I'm much more of a purist. No, heck no! Don't you put salt in desserts? You put salt in cookies, you put salt in baking. It makes it sweeter. It actually kind of makes the, like, sweets sweeter and richer. It's not sacrilege. Getting in a fight over taffy flavors isn't necessary. Both taste great, but I already know what I'm going home. With. I'm going home with Percy. What's that, Hark? Cotton candy, buttered popcorn, grab bag. I'm going for buttered popcorn. To appease my palate, I prefer a more complex profile of flavors. I agree with Teo. Nothing beats buttered popcorn. Excellent. I respectfully disagree with your opinions. Well, sorry, but... Sorry, I'm a foodie, so... But that just means more cotton candy taffy for me. I do like cotton candy as well. Like I said, I'm not knocking it. But if I had to choose between the two, buttered popcorn is gonna win. I think that about covers it. Shall we blow this popsicle stand? Ooh, they have popsicles too? Once again, Naomi's got her arms filled to the brim with candy, and she nods enthusiastically. Teo's picked out some of his favorites too. We take our turns in line, and before we know it, we're happily carrying our stash with us on the boardwalk. Oh, I almost forgot. She stops abruptly, digs through her bag for a moment, and pulls out a Conpeto. Yes, I've been wanting one since you pointed them out. Naomi opens the bag, and both Teo and I pick one out. Popping the sugar star in our mouths, both of us smile wide, enjoying its sugary goodness.
Love it.
Oh, that is so yummy. For real, Naomi, it's my new favorite candy. It's very good. Maybe next time I'm at the Sandy Bar, I'll get some of these instead of taffy. Next time I'm here, because with the Funplex riding high in the world, I bet we could afford a next time. And another, and another. Thank you for introducing me to a whole new world of flavor, Naomi. Anytime, Naomi, you introduced a whole new flavor to us. It's only fair that you could have opened your horizons as well and opened her up to the flavor of buttered popcorn taffy. But no. It's alright. But I'm docking points because of that. Because it's, if you're willing to introduce something to us, you should let us introduce something to you too. Anytime, Teo. Maybe if I can change your mind on candy, I can convince you to dance a little lighter on Showtime stage. It's a delicate cabinet. But then I wouldn't get to see you as much on the Funplex floor. He is such a flirt, but that's fine. Very true. I've got my candy haul, so my hard work here is done. I got places to be. And I want to spend some time taking in the sea breeze.
Catch you later.
I need to clear my senses of sugar, too. We'll catch up with you later, Hart. Once alone, I open my bag of saltwater taffy, pick one out, and eat it. I let the taste fully consume me. Now this is a perfect vacation. Nice. Oh, here it is. It's nighttime. The rest of the afternoon passes in a blur. I think this is it. Nighttime. Let's see how we're doing. Yeah, that's about where I thought we would be. Nice. The rest of the afternoon passes in a blur. Soon the sun has gone down, and Flotsam Beach is a calmer place. A more chill vibe, as the day's manic energy is long since spent. It's also clear the group will be breaking up soon. They've already changed back to their regular clothes. Dagnabbit. Done with the beach as a whole. Some are talking about checking out the nightlife scene around here. Some just want to relax in their hotel rooms. Some are simply heading back to the city. Aw, who's heading back to the city? Leaving me alone for a moment with my thoughts. It's been a wonderful day, definitely. There's only one thing that could improve it. A risk, a daydream. But maybe one worth taking. I happen to know a few things about dreams lately. Beep beep, hark! Yeah, I know. You want me to ask someone on a date? Only if you want to. I know I was kind of pushy earlier. I'm sorry. But if you want this, now is the moment. Everything in my calculations say that it is the perfect time. I've got a lot going on for me, but maybe something's still missing. Something more that I needed from life than the warmth of friendship alone. More importantly, maybe one of them feels the same way. Maybe they feel the same yearning. Romance, love, I'm no stranger to these things, but those were fumbling first attempts in youth. I could fumble again. Am I ready for this? Well, I'm still considering. How about I run down the data while you're thinking? Let's see. Okay, after my analysis, here's where you stand with everybody and how your personality is shaping up. But now that I've had weeks to understand you better, I think I can adjust these values based on what I know each of them likes in a partner. Naomi has a kind heart, and so do you. That's a plus. Gavin may be blunt, but he aspires to be kind, and you're already kindly. Queen's Bee's got a wicked sense of humor, and your quirky nature matches it. Percy carries himself with good cheer and a kind heart. He's a terrific match for your own quirky and kindly heart. Yeah, I've no surprise there. I figure I'm also a really good match with Teo as well. Teo lives to have fun. I'm sure both of your quirky funsters would get along well. And that's everybody. In my final analysis, I think you are the best possible match for Percy, Teo, and Gavin. All three would make a fine companion for you, Hark. Percy, Teo, and Gavin all get along well with you, and match your personality. So, Percy, Teo, and Gavin.
My sources say yes.
Yes, I calculate you'll have the best probability of success with them. Numbers, all based on numbers. High score. This feels weird and mechanical, not sure I like it. What if they're just not into people like me? Yeah, okay, let's just run with this. I've come this far. What if they're just not into people like me? I would feel some insecurity about that. Maybe I'm overthinking this, given we get along great already, but what if I ask them out and it turns out they're not into people like me? Sexuality hasn't exactly popped up in casual conversation yet with everyone. Hark, have a little more faith in me than that. I wouldn't suggest anyone if their compass wasn't pointed in your direction. Don't worry, my analysis is sound. Well, at least I won't have that awkward moment then. Just the awkwardness of approaching someone based on a numeric score. Iris lets out a little digital sigh. I don't think you're looking at this score thing the right way, Hark.
I'm software, right? I have to see the world through numbers. I see relationships as numbers. I see your vocal tones as numbers. And I score it all. But the math is less important than the meaning.
I like that.
I see a number. But that number represents your free will and your heart. You chose to spend time with them. You shared good times with smiles and laughter, and sometimes even tears.
Yeah. Oh, so many tears.
This isn't like a dating website. You aren't asking a total stranger out just because the numbers match. You need to switch the causal relationship around.
I need to ask for a causal relationship?
Causal, as in the cause of. You aren't spending time with them because of the numbers. The numbers exist because you wanted to spend time with them.
Yeah, I 100% agree with Iris there.
You've
Totally.
been building these relationships for months. Now, you can take one to the next level. The numbers can be your guide if you let them. But follow your heart. Above all else, follow your heart.
How much of a really so how much would I would start things up if I started going out with Queen Bee? Okay, got it.
Right. So let's not limit ourselves here. Of all those who are special to you, which one do you want to share your heart with?
It's a big decision. But she's right. She's been watching me, listening to me, understanding me. But in the end, it's my choice, and their choice to accept my love or not. But which one do I love? Which one should I approach? See, I can pick any one of them. Naomi, Gavin, Ashley, Percy, Queen Bee, Teo, or nobody. Let's go with Percy. Percy and I match. We both have the quirky and the kindly match. And it's just, those are my two biggest, traits, apparently. So it's pretty much a no-brainer. And it just worked out that way, because, yeah, we like Percy. We like Percy a lot. I know who I love. There's only one real choice. He's already shared so much with me. The tragedy of his past, his guilt over being unable to save his sister. And even though he told me a dying man couldn't love me in return, I have to try. I have to. Percy. I don't need any numbers to tell me what's in my heart. And what's in my heart is feelings for Percy. I know I said he'd be a good match, but are you sure? I don't want to be blunt about this, but you're not exactly going to grow old together. But, well, good luck. I sigh and pocket my phone before approaching him. He's laughing and joining in with the group, having a grand evening. I catch his attention and he drifts away from them to join me. Percy, can we talk?
Lovely.
Certainly. Lovely evening, isn't it? That got me thinking of my plans for the night, actually. Can I join you for that? Because it'd be really cool if they actually gave the character that you decided to date, if you put him in a slightly different outfit. You know, if you're gonna go out and take a nice walk along the beach, it'd be cool if he had at least, it doesn't have to be anything fancy, it can be just as casual as what he's wearing, but a different outfit would have been cool. Because, what is it? You know what it is. You know what I want to say. My feelings haven't changed, Percy. I know you gave me a polite way to turn away from them, but I can't. I see. I would be a liar and a charlatan to say I'd left my feelings for you by the wayside myself. But my situation hasn't changed. I appear hale and hard today. But yes, all that could change in a heartbeat, somewhat literally. Are you sure this is what you want? Another safe exit, huh? Always the gentleman. I love you. I won't deny it, and I won't run away. I don't know if I can do this, on second thought. I love you. I won't deny it, and I won't run away. I shake my head, refusing his refusal. For however long we have together, I'll be happy. And I want you to be happy too. I don't care that you're dying. You've resolved to it. I've resolved to it. That doesn't mean you can't be loved for as long as it lasts. That's still 2 whole years. That's still 2 glorious, amazing years. Percy closes his eyes, breathing deep of the cool evening air, and smiles to me.
On your head be it then. I'm afraid you're rather stuck with me now. I'm quite a cuddly sort of fellow, at least. You may expect hugs, and many of them.
That's all I wanted! If I only get 2 years of hugs, if I only get 1 year of hugs. Totally worth it. For Percy, totally worth it. Promise?
Promise.
And to prove his point, he wraps me in his arms, holding me against his large frame. Soft and warm, like falling into a quilt or a big teddy bear. See, that seals the deal.
It'll be different, to be certain, having someone care for me. Beyond being my usual affable self. So please, pardon if I'm a bit rusty.
Mmm,